7:33 p.m. on Tuesday, March 10th, 2026, and that this regular meeting is being held in council chambers, 200 South Street, Morristown, New Jersey. Adequate notice of this meeting was provided according to law by written notice to the Morristown Daily Record, the official newspaper of the town of Morristown. Notice was also posted on the bulletin board at Town Hall and on the town website and filed with the office of the town clerk of the town of Morristown. I do further state that I shall enter into the minutes of this meeting a statement that such notice was furnished as particularly described by me in this public announcement. I'll take a roll call. Councilwoman Foster.
Here.
Councilman Iannaccone.
Here.
Councilwoman Lindsay is excused this evening. Councilman Silva.
Present.
Councilman Umbriac.
Here.
Councilman Russo.
Here.
And Council President Polipchuk.
Here.
Mr. President, you have a quorum.
All right, before we move to a moment of silence, Councilman Umbriac.
Yeah, thank you, Council President. In our moment of silence today, can we please remember Phil Del Giudice, who recently passed away. Phil was the owner of Dell's Novelty Shop, if you're familiar with Dell's Novelty Shop, and he also was a founding member of Morristown Partnership, where he served as chairman for over 20 years and helped Morristown evolve into a destination community. May he rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. All right, please rise for a pledge of allegiance.
Okay, we have 6 items on the consent agenda. I will be separating item number 1 out. With that, I would ask for a motion to approve, to adopt the approval of minutes from the February 17th, 2026 Town Council regular meeting.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second?
Councilman Foster.
Yes.
Councilman Iannaccone.
Yes.
Councilman Silva.
Yes.
I believe you,
Hey.
thank you. Councilman Umbriac.
Yes.
Councilman Russo.
Yes.
And Council President Polipchuk.
Yes.
Motion carries that item number 1 is adopted. I would please ask for a motion to adopt consent agenda items numbers 2 through 6.
A motion to approve consent agenda items 2 through 6.
Second?
Councilwoman Foster.
Yes.
Councilman Iannaccone.
Yes.
Councilman Silva.
Yes.
Councilman Umbriac.
Yes.
Councilman Russo.
Yes.
Council President Polipchuk.
Yes.
Motion carries. We have a number of items on the agenda for public hearing tonight. At this time, I would open the floor for a public hearing on Visions and Pathways Fiscal Year 26 CDBG application. When called upon, please approach the microphone and state your name and address, and limit your comments to 3 minutes or less. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing. I will open the floor for a public hearing on Vision and Pathways Fiscal Year 26 ESG application. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing. Now I will open the floor for a public hearing on any other matter. Be advised that any derogatory comments targeting member of council and/or administration may be ruled out of order.
Mr. Byrne.
Good evening. My name is Bill Byrne, and I live at 100 Franklin Street, Morristown. And I'm here to talk about Disability Awareness Month because it's vitally important. And you don't hear it on the news anymore. And that's really sad because you hear about everything else and you don't hear about disability awareness, which is vitally important. And first of all, Disability Awareness Month is vitally important because it's important to get this out into the community. And sadly to say, still, some people, not naming names, up in Washington, still use the R word. But I called the common line and I said, hey, you gotta tell so-and-sos to stop using that. We don't use that anymore. And we go also this begins at home. It begins with the parents. the parents gotta teach their young ones not to use that because it's very offensive. It's very offensive to the disability community. And we all gotta get along here. Life is short. And so if you see anybody with a disability, just welcome them. They're just like you and I. And, you know, and everything that I have, I worked my tail off, okay? Government, nobody took me by the hand and said, hey, Bill, here's your apartment, okay? I'd have worked my tail off. When they had the waiting list, I knew the white buttons to press because when you're on the board of directors, you get to know, you know, the white buttons. So I just ask people, let's just be kind with one another. Look what's happening on TV. Look what's happening with all this name calling. You know, we're supposed to be better than that. You know, our country's supposed to be better than that. And we got to tell both parties to get back to work and end the government shutdown.
Thank you, Bill.
Ms. Hayes?
Hi, Council. I'm Kristen Ace. I live at 24 Franklin Street, and I'm here representing the Morristown Shade Tree Commission. I just wanted to give you all a quick update on the Trees for School grant. The first bid is awarded, and the first set of trees, so 259 trees, are going to go in before May 14th. Because we went with a smaller caliber tree, we had an extra $75,000 to play with, which gave us the opportunity to put 87 more trees at Frelinghuysen and also give the school district a water truck. So it's like very exciting. And everything is going great, and it's phenomenal to work with these people. And I just, because the weather is amazing and everyone's excited that spring is around the corner, want to remind everybody that when we are planting, Morristown has an invasive species ordinance. And so if people are confused on what species they are allowed to put in the ground and not, they can go to the Shade Tree Commission page on the town website, and we have a link. And, you know, just guide your neighbors and your friends because it's confusing. So I just want to put that out there, and I'll probably be putting that out there until you're sick of me. Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. Council President, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
You just mentioned you're planting trees at Frelinghuysen.
Yes, sir.
Is that part of the grant?
It
That we do
is.
the school stuff?
Yep.
Okay, so that's excellent. So not only were we doing trees in Morristown, we're actually then supplying trees to the school board outside of Morristown.
That's right. That's
So
right.
other towns should be very grateful for what you're doing.
They should be.
Yes. I know we are very grateful for your hard work and what you do for our shade tree.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Kristen.
Thank
Great work.
Thanks, Kristen.
Anyone else want to address the council? All right, seeing none, we'll close public comment. Council response to comments? Mr. Byrne, just as always, thank you for being such a great advocate and bringing things to our attention. You're absolutely right. It costs us nothing to be kind to each other, and it goes a long way, so thank you. And Ms. Ace, I've said it time and time again, thank you for those trees. I know, you know, the school and the school district really appreciates it, and the neighbors of the schools really appreciate it, so thank you. All right. Mayor's proclamations.
Look at the smile on his face.
Hey, there's like 100 trees going in next door for me.
Listen,
so.
it's
great. It's a great
like,
thing.
we talked about this, I don't know how many years ago, oh my God, 17 years ago, is how important the shade is, the canopy of shade in our community, in any community, you know, especially if you believe in climate change, that it is getting hotter and the sun is a lot hotter, and, you know, it's time to go through the summer, you feel it, and the argument is, well, it's awful cold in the winter. But it was a pretty cold winter, but that's all part of it too. So, Kristen, thank you on behalf of the administration. Just keep it up, because you're very committed, and people in this town should really thank you for what you do, and especially even our school. And we're very grateful the council president recognized with the school. Obviously, is someone in his family is very close to the school board. So we appreciate it. I know he does too.
Absolutely.
Um,
So Mayor, you have a proclamation?
Yeah, I wanted to really quick do the Morris County Community Development Block grants. They're going to Vision and Pathways, Prosperity Independent Living Skills and program is part of it. And the other one, also going to Vision and Pathway, is the Street Smart Outreach Program. So even though they're not here, we're grateful for their work, and we're happy, and I signed them, and I guess they'll go to you, right? Want to pass that down? We'll go to the clerk. Is Michelle here? I figured that was you in the back. Get this out of the way. So, just so I'm sure, I know the organization is Young Women Christian Association?
It's YWCA.
YWCA?
Of Northern New Jersey.
Pretty cool. I Googled you and looked at all the different stuff you have on your
Yep.
website. And it's pretty impressive. So this is a proclamation on Women's History. Before I read this proclamation, I also want to give a shout out to the police chief and police director and our police department for recognizing the women that are in our force and the ones that are committed to the work that gets done in the police department. I've seen it on Facebook, Instagram a few times. It's excellent that you recognize the women in our police force. I didn't want to forget that now that I got Michelle up here. Do you want to introduce yourself really quick?
Sure. I am Michelle Nadjar. I am the first vice president of the YWCA of Northern New Jersey, and I live in Montville. So I am a Morris County, not Morristown, but Morris County resident.
We won't hold that again. Montville's
Close
nice.
enough.
Okay, so I'm going to read this into the records of proclamation, so it'll go into the history book. All right, this is the first Women's History Day. It was held in 1909 in New York City and commemorated a one-year anniversary of the garment workers' strike that saw 15,000 immigrant women marching through Lower Manhattan to protest their working conditions. In 1987, the march was declared Women's History Month by Congress, and several women's organizations campaigned to recognize the role of women in American history. American women have played a unique role throughout the history of this nation in providing much of the volunteer labor force of the nation. And where particularly important, the establishment of early charitable, philanthropic, and cultural institutions in our nation. American women of every race, class, ethnic background have made historic contributions to the growth and strength of our nation in countless recorded and unrecorded ways. They continue to play critical economic, cultural, and social roles in every sphere of life in the nation by consistent. I don't have glasses.
There's a glare. There's a glare, too.
Yeah, a significant portion of the labor force, consistently. Women have provided invaluable service and leadership in American history and remain instrumental in moving our nation forward. With their contributions to our nation, they must be recognized, appreciated, and honored. Whereas this year's proclamation is presented to the YWCA Northern New Jersey for their fight against gender and racial discrimination, the YWCA works to build more than just an inclusive communities through trauma-informed care, empowerment programs, anti-racism training, and education. Mission-linked policy advocacy. Some key programs include workforce development, initiatives designed to support women in their paths to an educational career and financial success, STEM-related trainings and career opportunities for women and girls, reentry, clinical, and case management support for women transitioning back into the community post-incarceration. That's wonderful.
It's an amazing.
That's
program.
wonderful. YWCA NNJ also offers high-quality and affordable childcare and summer camp opportunities that facilitate a child's social, physical, and emotional growth. Now therefore, I, Timothy P. Doherty, do hereby proclaim March 2026 as Women's History Month in the town of Morristown, and I call upon all members of our community to observe Women's History Month with participation in programs, ceremonies, and activities with organizations such as the YWCA Northern New Jersey, available through www.ywcannj.org. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And if you want to take
Thank
just a
you.
minute and tell people what it's all about?
Sure, and then,
Yeah.
I told them
we'll
that I'd
take
take a picture.
Yeah, you hold this.
oh, yeah. Someone
Julie
can
will take it.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think she's done this before. Yep.
Oh, watch out for that.
Here. Let's do it right. Let's do it right.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'll hide my phone. Thank you.
so if you want to just tell the public
Sure.
just in a few
Well, it
words?
seems like you covered a lot of it here.
Yeah.
So the YWCA of Northern New Jersey, we represent pretty much all of Northern New Jersey. We started out in Bergen County and then have expanded. So we do everything from a lot of women and children, like you said. We do women and children STEM events. We also do racial justice and so many different types of events. The new program that you just mentioned was the incarcerated women that we help bring back to the workforce, and it's I should definitely look it up. There's so many different programs for women and for children that it runs everything from child care programs to helping people in the workforce, you name it. So it really helps with even veterans, women veterans coming back coming back here. You know, there's a lot of struggles coming back to after being in the Army, and there are so many different programs that we offer and help with. So it's really an amazing program. I've been on the board now for 3 years. I was really, when I was looking to volunteer, and I was really drawn toward this because it's just amazing all the things that they do for the women in our community. So definitely look them up. It's a great organization. So thank you very much.
Congratulations, thank
All right, finish up. Wednesday, the 18th of February, we had a Q&A with the seniors in the senior center. It's always fun. You should come by just to see the excitement that happens at that event. Tuesday, February 24th, Morristown On Stage Live, which is the MEF's big fundraiser, yearly fundraiser. It was great that we were able to facilitate through the leadership of our council president and former council president on the leadership of getting money to the MEF to support their cause. It was an excellent event. I don't know if that was the choice I picked for people's choice, but it was very entertaining, and the talent was really, really good, and really appreciate what the MEF does. Monday, March 2nd, Taste of Morristown was held at the Westin. I don't know who went. I was not there. I was home taking care of a 8-pound poodle who had a major surgery, but my wife went and said it was terrific. So, yeah, that's what I was told. March 14th, let's go back to the March 8th. The Grand Marshal reception was held at the mansion on Mountain Lakes, and that was for the parade. On the 14th, we have our parade, so everybody's Irish on the 14th, noon to 2. Everybody knows where to muster. Everybody's familiar with that, right? So it kicks off at 12. It looks like the weather's going to hold up.
It's supposed to be nice.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be about 50, which is perfect for a parade. Bob will be dressed like a leprechaun. No? Maybe. Well, isn't that what Billy was just talking about? Billy was talking about, we got to have some levity and some, a little bit of smiles, and because it's not a pleasant thing, and what's going on in the world today. And for the record, one is thank you for remembering Phil DeJudas. It was on my list to talk about, but I don't have to do it now. But I also want to keep our attorney in our thoughts and prayers. He lost his uncle today.
Sorry, David.
You're welcome. On the 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th, Morristown High School presents the spring musical Fiddler on the Roof. And we got a little bit of taste at the theater when we had the event at the theater, what they put on. So that should be a great presentation, because I remember that when I was in high school. That was one of the plays that high school put on. way back when.
I'm going on Thursday.
Few years ago.
Few years ago.
Few years ago, a few
1900s.
decades ago. March 20th, at 6:30, mark your calendars if you're not already a ticket holder. 6:30, NAACP's Annual Freedom Fund Anniversary Gala, hosted at the Morris Museum. Tickets available at givebutter.com, /2026 MCNAACP, or you just call Kristen in the office, and I think we have a table, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so, should be a good event. On Saturday, March 21st, 8:30 to noon, the annual Whippany River cleanup. Volunteers are needed. Question can be directed to the administrator at wrwac.org. Again, that's administrator at wrwac.org. And I'm part of that Whippany Coalition on the river cleanup. We've done quite a bit of desnagging. Hopefully this spring, early summer, we're going to get some of our trees removed out of the river. And it really makes a big difference in the flooding. On the 28th, 10 a.m., Morristown Recreation Annual Easter Egg Hunt at Ledgerwood Park, rain or shine, ages 3 to 11. That's Saturday, March 28th. And I will end with this, that to keep our men and women in uniform in your thoughts and prayers, as it was announced today, not only we are aware that people have been killed in this, I don't know what you call it, but also today the Pentagon released that 140 people, soldiers, were injured too. And they were holding that back. And somehow Reuters got it out, and then they had to confront the White House, and then the Pentagon released 140, some seriously injured. So keep everybody in their thoughts and prayers. It's just the world we're living in today. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Move on to council liaison reports. Councilman Umbriak.
Morristown Partnership is meeting tomorrow at 8 a.m. I would like to alert the public that there is an NJ EDA open house and tour tomorrow. That's at 14 Maple Avenue from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on the second floor, Suite 201, where you can learn about NGA EDA programs such as grants and small business e-commerce support program. So I'll have a report for you next council meeting.
Thank you. Councilman.
Still very quiet on the planning board. I don't know if we're going to have a meeting this month, so not much to report at the moment.
Councilman Silva.
Yes, I'm going to report on the last meeting of Morris Parking Authority. Since often the meeting falls next day of our meeting. Actually, March meeting will be tomorrow. The MPA is doing an employee program for businesses and make an insert to the Morristown Partnership membership mailing in February regarding employee parking. It's a promotional enclosed. The goal of this is to offer parking for employees in the parking decks so they don't use the street parking to benefit the businesses. The MPA also issued a letter to the zoning board on regard of a parking variance being sold for 13339 South Street. I have the letter, so I will mail that to Margot so she can give it to all of you. Policy on abandoned vehicles. The MPA has issued press release on its abandoned vehicle policy. The policy for abandoned vehicles was approved by the Board of Commissioners and took effect on December 10, 2025. The press release and more information on the policy can be found at their website, npanj.org. Back Restoration Project, the repair and preventive maintenance phase 2. The Bank Garage will begin this spring. The House Restoration Project, the MPA received bids for the repair and preventive maintenance of the car parking garage. So they are analyzing that. January, there's no emergencies, and last time that I was in council, I gave thanks to the MPA for all the help that has given to all of us residents during those huge storms, allowing us to park on their garages. The MPA provided significant support to the town residents with the January snow emergencies. From January 18 to 19, the MTA assisted 17 parkers. And from January 24 to 26, 733 residents. The total was 889 parkers that were served across both events. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Move on to our regular business. Ms. Kay?
Excuse me. There is one ordinance for introduction this evening, and that's ordinance number O-4-2026, ordinance rescinding O-32-2023 and removing a designated handicap parking space on Speedwell Avenue from Section 7-40.2 of the Code of the Town of Morristown.
Make a motion to introduce ordinance O-04-2026.
Second?
Any comments and questions? Okay, on the introduction of ordinance O-4, Councilwoman Foster.
Yes.
Councilman Iannicone.
Yes.
Councilman Silva.
Yes.
Councilman Umbreak.
Yes.
Councilman Russo.
Yes.
Council President Polipchuk.
Yes.
Ordinance O-4 is properly introduced by title and will be considered further after a public hearing on March 24th. We have one ordinance for public hearing and adoption. That's ordinance O-3-2026, an ordinance of the Town of Morristown and the County of Morris, State of New Jersey, amending compensation for certain management/non-union positions in the Town of Morristown, New Jersey, and amending all ordinances concerning such compensation heretofore adopted.
Make a motion to adopt ordinance number O-03-2026.
Second?
At this time, I'll open the floor for a public hearing on ordinance O-3-2026 only. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing. Any comments or questions? On the adoption of ordinance O-3-2026, Councilwoman Foster?
Yes.
Councilman Iannicone?
Yes.
Councilman Silva?
Yes.
Councilman Umbreak?
Yes.
Councilman Russo?
Yes.
Council President Polipchuk?
Yes.
The motion carries. Ordinance O-3 is adopted. There are 17 resolutions for adoption this evening. Are there any that members of council would like to pull for separate consideration? Okay, I would ask for a motion, please, to adopt resolution numbers R-61-2026 through R-77-2026.
Motion to approve resolutions R-61-2026 through R-77-2026.
Second?
On the adoption of those 17 resolutions, Councilwoman Foster?
Yes.
Councilman Iannicone?
Yes.
Councilman Silva?
Yes.
Councilman Umbreak?
Yes.
Councilman Russo?
Yes.
And Council President Polipchuk?
Yes.
Motion carries. Those resolutions are adopted.
Now, we have no items under old business. We have no items under new business. So I make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Meeting adjourned.
Good.